Hey gang, want to talk with you a little bit about this AB1333 nonsense. Yeah, I said it. Nonsense. As many of us know, AB 1333 has been introduced in the People's Republic of California, or Californistan, as many people know. And so this bill effectively nullifies the stand your ground capabilities in California. Now, some states outside of California do have a duty to retreat, and that's already been in play. But California, and this is a little unknown thing for many people, is that California currently is a stand your ground state. So what that means is there is no requirement or duty to retreat should you be faced with a fatal threat. Now, take for example, whether it be inside your home or outside your home, this bill would do away with the stand your ground capability. So you would be, if reasonable means to escape exist, you would be required to retreat even against a fatal threat. Failure to do so would then open the person up to charges of homicide in that realm, whether it be murder, manslaughter, or the like. Okay, so what it really is just another layer of apprehension that gets introduced to the individual about using a firearm or other means to defend themselves against a fatal threat. So take for example, you're CCWing, as we like to say, and you're posed with that fatal threat on the street. Now, of course, it's outside, it's open space, and you're faced with that threat. You would be expected to run away, so to speak, in that particular incident. But the problem is this, is that while it sounds good on paper to the masses, running away, even though there's a lot of space, doesn't always prove to be a good option or the safest option. The means to escape exists, but that's going to end your life. Unfortunately, I like to reference a particular incident that occurred in New Mexico. You had an officer who was approaching or contacting a homeless person, and this person was acting erratically. And in this contact, this homeless person presented a knife or something of the like, and posed that fatal threat as that cop was certainly within 21 feet, posed that fatal threat. And the cop, well, he doesn't have a duty to retreat, let's just be real. He chose to retreat because he had a lot of open space, and instead of being in close contact with a guy with a knife who can get you before you can draw, he chose to retreat. And in doing so, and in turning and running, that cost, unfortunately, that officer's life. The fact that he tried to turn, which slowed him down, and then run away, put his back to the threat, that threat was able to close the gap, and then unfortunately use that knife against that officer, ending his life. When you add in the element or requirement to retreat, not only are you creating apprehension in the mindset of people, regular law-abiding citizens, as to whether or not they can defend themselves, okay, but you're also adding in a layer of requirement for maybe bad, dare I say, tactics or decision-making that could and will end up costing people their lives, okay? The one thing is that we have certainly a Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms in public and in home and so on and so forth. But we also have a right to defend ourselves. We all have the right to defend ourselves against a lethal threat and things like that. But when you take away the stand your ground and introduce a duty to retreat, you're actually taking away an element of that right to defend yourself. Now, if you take a look at the text of AB 1333, it clearly states that lethal force, when there is a imminent threat of great bodily injury or death, that's still okay, where you can use force, but it says, in addition to all that, in the cases where there is a reasonable means to escape, right, whether it be outside or further retreat in your home, you would be expected to do so. So that right there adds another element of requirement. And let's just say bad guy is in my living room and the front door is behind me, right? And that guy's charging at me. My running through or retreating past my front door may be the deciding factor of whether or not I win or lose this engagement, i.e. lose this engagement and or my life, when I could have successfully stood my ground in my own home. So I want to clarify that as far as AB 1333. It doesn't mean that blanket you got to let bad guys do whatever they want, but it does sneak in there, and I use the word sneak because that's what the dirty politicians do, sneak things in. What it does is sneaks in that element of a requirement to retreat, thereby raising apprehension, mitigating good decision making, and adds more risk than is necessary to your average Joe law-abiding citizen. So AB 1333 is absolute trash. It's not designed to help anybody be a better defender. It's not designed to make anybody safer. The bad guys really don't care about that law anyway, because if they were going to go ahead and kill you, they don't care about it. So that law, or bill rather, serves no purpose whatsoever to make anybody safe, but further disarms or reduces the capability of your law-abiding citizen. So that bill is absolute trash. Just wanted to clarify that. As I said earlier, call your politician, call your senator, call your congressman, call your veterinarian, call, I don't know, LeBron James if you want to, and make sure everybody knows that this bill is trash. And quite frankly, if it gets passed, like most things in California, people are not going to care. If you think all gun laws are an infringement and you live behind the enemy lines in the People's Republic of California, then check out our Unconvicted Felons t-shirt. We came out with this t-shirt design for you where most of us are fed up with the situation here in California. So check it out. Check out our website. Awesome t-shirt coming at you. And our new line of 2 arms where it stands for 2A Rights Matter. So check out our new t-shirt and help us feed our dog.